I'm sitting here with Donna and with Tyra. They both have lost sons to gun violence, and they're going to share their story, which is a story of hope and a story of light, and share some things about their sons. And they're actually going to interview each other so that way they can get to learn from each other and also share each other experiences. So, you guys can go ahead and start.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, Donna.
Hello there.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually good. I guess I'll start. So, what's your son's name?
Ronald
Ronald.
Wilford,
Robert Wilford. And how old was he when he passed?
26.
26. Oh, same. Almost a year. My son was
Mhm.
25. Um, so I guess the first thing I want to know is like, so how have you been dealing with his loss?
Um, God's been dealing with me, and that's how I've been dealing. I can say that my prayer life has been more intimate. Um, I'm now called a preacher. I don't know, but okay, but this thing that was supposed to make me dark and make me bitter has given me passion.
Mm,
It has given me hope in a hopeless situation,
mm-hmm.
and I'm only able to give glory to God for it. Like, I don't look like what I've
We're
been
going
through.
through.
Yeah,
Ooh, I know that.
I don't look like that.
Mm.
So that's
I
how,
say that all the time.
yeah,
Like I
that's
say
how
that all
I've
the
been
time. So
dealing.
many people say to me like, "You don't." I be so happy to see you like smiling and everything. And I'm like, if you could see what my inside look like I'm thankful that I don't look
Yeah,
how I feel.
yeah.
So that's I totally understand it. So do you have like a good support system? What do you do as far as like having people that like support you through this grief and this journey that now is like your new life, like because it's like a new life once
hmm
you lose a child.
Um, my children are my support team because I have to support them.
Mm-hmm.
But any and everybody else, I've taken expectations off
Mm-hmm.
just so I won't be disappointed because the people that I thought would be who I thought they would be have,
What's supposed to be in your head,
yeah,
yeah.
or who I have been for them.
Mm-hmm.
So this again has brought me closer to God. And it may sound a little cliche, but when there's really nothing you can do to make it better,
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing that you can do.
Yeah, let's pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to God. You right about that. Um, do you like the holidays is coming up? Mother's Day. This is my first.
Mm.
So, oh, can all right. Let
Yeah.
me let me backtrack a little. How many years has your son been?
This is the third year.
3 years. Okay. So this is my first holiday
Mother's
approaching.
Day.
Exactly. Ah. Okay. So, what have you been doing? Like, how do you get through it? Do you get through it? Do you cry all day? Like, what is your
Di-
coping mechanism for dealing with like first birthdays, first holidays, first Thanksgiving? Like, I think the first holiday after my son passed was Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Well, not favorites because everybody want to eat.
Mhm.
So, eating and, being with your family. And it's like, it's totally not the same. As much as I be having a good time,
Mhm.
I
The
always cry because
rewards.
the only
Mhm.
thing I think about is he's missing.
Mhm.
Everybody's here but him. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
how do you handle like these holidays? How was your first of, I'm sure the first was, so now you're at your
Those.
third.
Yeah.
So, are they getting better?
Mhm. Um, my first Mother's Day without him was by far the hardest because I was still trying to find, and I'm still trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of, some kind of way, unconsciously still wait for them to walk in the door.
Mm. Yep.
Still waiting for my son was kind of last minute, so I would we'll be sitting down eating or whatever we doing, and he'll come running in with something in hand, flowers, socks, you know, and mom, I'm here, you know, get my plate ready. So it be a part of me that's watching the door. That was the first Mother's Day. And by the end of the night, I was angry. I was pissed, you know.
At other people or
At
just at
at
life and just like
at everybody.
At everybody.
At everybody. More so, so the process of forgiving for me was easy in the beginning. Then that's why I was talking about the back and forth. Because it was like I forgive them in a moment, then I'm like, they took my son. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, mothers, they have, one of mine is missing, you know, and never to return. So what am I celebrating, you know? But I'm a writer, so I write things down, you know, and I can write my pain. I put it in poetry, and I will write that down and kind of express it, and then I sort of let it go.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been doing that a little bit too. You just said something that made me. It was a question that I have for you, but it's also something that been happening to me more frequently. Like probably because I'm just getting back into like my work environment and everything. But you said like they took one of my kids. So the question that keeps coming up to me, people like just might that don't know or say, "Oh, how many kids do you have?" And I swear to, I feel so crazy because I'm like everybody knows how many kids they got, and I stop and I be like,
gotta think about it. How do I answer this?
yeah,
Do I say four?
and because when you say half, half is present tense, so in my head it's like he's not here, so I don't have
disqualify the fact?
this amount of kids still. So, but I just say I have 3. I just lost my son, and then I say that I adopted a daughter. But when I say that tears my brain, like I be stuck, and they really be looking at me, and I'm like, well, what? And I'm like, I'm
How
crazy.
do I answer this?
Like, what do you? I think that's one of the hardest things that I have to do with when people ask me how many kids I have, and knowing that I don't have my son anymore, even though he's still your child, no matter what. But having him is not the same as what
It kind of, it's like I don't want to say I have 4.
And you don't want to tell everybody your business.
Exactly.
Like,
so
it's
that
not
be
always
the
like a thing where you want to open up and say,
exactly. So what I was doing and still do sometimes, depending on who it is, how the conversation is going, I'll just say I have 4. Now, and I had four in total, but one is gone. But that's how. If I don't want to get into it, it's 4.
Okay.
I don't feel like if I'm in a happy space and we doing so. How many kids you have? I got 4. You know, if you don't know the story now, ain't the time for me to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I just get so stumped. Like I literally be like, and it's like I feel like they look like, yo, how many kids you got?
Right.
And I'm like, I do. How many kids I have? But it's just like, oh God, like
this
I
is
gotta
so
say
new.
this
I gotta
again.
have to
Exactly.
think about where I want this to go. Where do I really want this to go? Makes sense.
So if you can ask God one question, what would that question be?
Well, I've asked, and I got my answer.
You did?
Yeah. I had an answer. I asked God, right after he got killed. My only question was, when they killed him, did they leave him there like trash? Did they just leave him there like nobody loved him? That was my only question. Cause he had a mom, he had a mother, So don't leave my baby there. Bad enough y'all took him. Don't leave him there. And I can tell you, 7 months later, I was at a vigil, and oh my God, Toy, wait. The woman that told me she witnessed my son being murdered is your cousin.
Who?
I want to say Ashley.
Ashley?
Yes.
Church?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Ashley. Oh,
didn't know her from a can of paint.
Yeah.
I didn't know her. She answered my question. And it was only God, because I wasn't listening to what the streets had to say. Nobody couldn't tell me anything. So he loves me. You know, he gave me exactly what I needed.
Mm. So, if it's anything, what gives you the most comfort after losing him?
My dreams.
I don't dream. I be wanting. I be like Devin. Like I be everybody be like, oh, I had a dream about Devin. I be like, oh, I be waiting. Like I've had like one, but he don't come to me in my dream. He comes to me in my head though.
Yeah.
He always be like, Mom, and I be like, all right, son. Like, but he don't come to me in my dream. So it's your dream.
It's my dreams that give me comfort when I'm having the worst time.
Mm-hmm.
It was one time that I don't know what was going on, but
So you
I
can
was
like
angry.
you can make yourself have dreams about
I don't make them. They just
they come like
they
whatever
he
you
just
in your...
when I was at my worst,
Mm-hmm.
he came, and when I tell you, he gave me the biggest hug.
Mm.
It was a hug where I can smell him. He like leaned in on, I can feel him. Do you hear me? And that gave me what I needed to keep going, because I felt like at that point I was losing. I was losing it. I couldn't. I'm like, all right, wait, hold up. Like the things that was working was seeming so far away. It's like, okay, my worship music ain't working. Prayer life is like, this stuff is not moving. Like I need what I need. And he came and gave me this hug, and I tell you, I woke up looking for him. Like, wait a minute, son, you went too fast. Like, yeah, like hold, I need more. And that has given me a lifeline, a little more life. And it seems to happen each time I get to a point where the anger creeps in, because it do. Mm-hmm. It do, and that's one of the reasons why I'm weary of going to those mom groups and things like that, because some people are not where you are, and they angry, they mad, they bitter, and you giving hugs and you want to encourage, and that thing jump on you, and you picking up weight that you don't know how to fight off. And so I'm, you can call me the preacher, but I'm in the corner because I can't. I need to identify with what I'm dealing with.
The spirits is in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gets to be too much. And I do believe that when I was that heavy and I got that dream, that was from that hug, that mother that called, and I go running. That's why I'm not quick to answer anymore. I'm not that quick to, because at first I was, I got it. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to help you through this. And now it's like, hold up, sis, because who's going to pour into you? Yeah. So.
You poured into me.
Yeah.
The first day I met you, I was like, this, why this lady keep looking at me?
Yeah. I see, when I first seen her, and I didn't know her. I didn't even know the woman that group we go to. It was her cousin. But I seen her trying to go to a place, and I just wasn't willing to let. I'm like, oh, I'm on you. I see you. And every time she turned around, she looked like she looking at me again. She looking at me again. And I'm like, oh, no, come on back, sis. Yeah. Come on. You all right? I'm all right. No, that's politically correct. You're not okay. But guess what? The minute that you feel like you're not going to be okay, I'm right here.
You could look right through me. The whole time. I was like, she keep on. Every time I turn around, she like, here you go. Like, you wouldn't just be there. I was like, this lady.
Yeah, take the microphone.
But
go ahead,
I loved
sing.
it. I really appreciated, like that you was there. Like, I think you were one of the main reasons that I kept coming back. Yeah. Like, outside of, your spirit. Like, the way you were, like, I didn't really communicate with a lot of people there. But, just your spirit, your personality was like... I'm walking through these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, I got one last question. So do you like to celebrate your son, or or do you not like to do things like birthdays and certain things, like, like do you make it a big deal, or is it one of those things where it's just like, all right,
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I make his birthday usually personal with me and my children. That date I do not celebrate at all. At all. But he wanted the same meal for any occasion. He don't care if it's 90 degrees.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
I was say that's
Yes.
everybody's favorite. My
Greens,
son.
macaroni, cheese, chicken, and cornbread. So it's
Yo,
like,
that's crazy. It's like the staple meal for kids.
so when we celebrating him,
That's what y'all
when I'm
do.
that's what we doing. And the first year, he was murdered in October. His birthday was in December. And we did his birthday, and after everybody left, like, I kept watching the door. And it was like, we celebrating him, and he's not gonna walk in.
Yeah, he's not.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Like, mad. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do it like this with everybody here, because it's kind of a constant reminder that he's not.
I'm a birthday person. Like, I love, oh my God, I used to love my birthday so much, but now it's not the same. So my son passed in July. My birthday was August. It was nothing like how I do birthdays at all. But I had an okay time with my friends. They did a really good job, like being there for me, and we got drunk, of course. Like, we had a good time. But
Right.
his first birthday just passed, and I did it big.
I heard.
But that's me. Like,
Yeah.
everybody know, like, if Tori having a party, she having a party, and I
Yeah.
did it big, and I feel like I'm always want to do it big because to me, that's the personality he knows I have,
Right.
and that's what he would expect from me. He would expect me to, like, my mom going to.
She gonna go all out.
She's definitely going there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that everybody already know, like, what she gonna do. Like, this is
Yeah,
like a
just
sit
the
back.
anticipation of
Sit
what's
back
gonna
and
happen.
see how it's gonna be. And like you mentioned, the death date. Like, I don't want to celebrate it. Of course, it's not a celebration, but I'm planning on doing a basketball tournament kind of thing. Like, so I would want to do it on that day, so that day won't be a sad day.
Okay.
Like, if we thinking about Devin, we're thinking about him, and like, we enjoying things that he wanted to do, and
that's
people
right.
out there like supporting him. Like, so that's my plan. I mean, I kind of got it in my head.
Yeah.
I ain't put it all the way out there. I've been putting it out there, but it ain't really all the way together. But that's what I would prefer to do. Like,
I understand that.
but I always ask because I know a lot of people deal with things differently. Like, some people always celebrate people. Sometimes, like you said, to start off being people, and then it's like more intimate, and you don't want to be bothered with the fakes and the phonies or whatever.
I can't do it because it makes you angry. Like, like, check on me, come eat my chicken.
His macaroni and cheese.
Like, so, and then I'm one of them people that sit back and just watch the room, so I just experienced something that was new, and I felt so guilty about it, and I'm like, Lord, what is this? My nephew was getting married. And I'm getting dressed and I'm hyped. Like, this is my first nephew, and I'm putting my stuff on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this, and bust out crying. And I'm like, what is this?
Yes, you be feeling like you're crazy.
I'm like, I'm not jealous. I'm not,
You
but
happy for
the
him, but
reality is my son won't ever get married,
That's what it be.
And I just was like, I'm like, okay, Lord, like, I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I don't want to be that person that everybody feel like they got to watch, like, is she going, I don't want to be that person. Like, okay. But I realized I had to go through it. I had to process it. I had to do that because this is my reality.
I've done that now. That I've dealt with a lot. Like, and that's what I mean about, like, like things happening, and I'd be like everybody having a great time, and I'm having a good time, and the next thing you know, and I have the tears that just like a faucet, they come on, and like somebody got to go underneath the thing and turn them off, because I cannot stop them when they do that. Like, some of them I can have control over, but those ones, they just be coming down. And I mean, like,
and you let them come down.
I do, but I be mad, like, damn, stop. Like, all right, like, and they just come. But those are the times when they come out. Like, my nephew just went on prom, and it was but all I'm thinking about is, Devin would have been here. Devin would have been hyped. Devin would have been excited. He's not going to be at any of the things, nothing else ever again.
And that's your reality.
And that's what
hurts the most. Yeah, that's what hurts the most.
Not like everybody here, but like he's loud. He gonna come in the
Yeah.
room. He gonna be doing like, and you just be waiting. So we just
Yeah.
turn his music videos on, and then we just
That's right.
that's
You
what
do
we
what it
do.
take to get you
Yeah.
through the moment, cause these are moments, forever moments. Like this is not going for everybody else. The music stop. You know what I mean? Everybody else, life go on. No, this is forever for mom. You know what I mean? Like everybody else and the siblings. You know what I mean? Like my daughter and her brother was like two monkeys.
Yeah, that's how my daughter and her brother that same way.
And when she's going through, I'm just like,
Mm.
baby, come here. You know, I can't do nothing but because she just told me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that she was battling with is that she was supposed to be on her way down there to see him,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up taking a nap. And that's one of the things that she, you know, is fighting with, you know, feel some type of way about. And me as a mother, I'm like, well, you know, God knows best. But he also knew he couldn't take two.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is your reality and something you dealing with, but I wouldn't be that mom that's sitting here if it was like your daughter and your son. Like, okay, Lord, you're going to make this make sense, and this is going to be purpose. And Jay, you know, for whatever reason you wasn't there, but we going to make the best of this.
Mm.
We going to make the best of this. So,
Yeah. But everything happens for a reason.
everything.
Every single thing. So God made her take that nap.
Mm-hmm.
God put her to sleep. Like
Yes, he did.
every
He,
single
Lord, I
thing.
thank you. 'Cause,
Yeah. No,
Lord, I
seriously.
thank you.
No.
So this is the crazy thing. Most of what my questions are, we done already went through.
Oh wow.
You know what I
I
mean?
figured that though. I
Yeah,
was like,
because
it's
it's
just
like
the same.
it's because of the conversation. You
Mhm.
know, it like it leads one thing into another. You started off saying you have no regrets because you was a mom. You did what you had to
Yeah.
do. That was a question. You know what I mean? If you had a chance to say anything to your son, what would you say?
Mm. I want to tell him I love him, but I'm kind of mad at him
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like if he didn't run, maybe the bullet wouldn't travel and he would be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say, like, yo, why you like? I do be pissed about that, like, cause deep down, but I know it was survival instincts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody shooting, you're gonna run. Like I
Mhm.
don't even know if he knew he was shot, but like all I keep thinking is like, and maybe it's because I'm a nurse and I'm like, he ran. If he
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have ran, the bullet would
Right.
travel. Like, oh, he only got shot once. Like, I don't know. I think I would just tell him. He know I love him though.
Yeah.
So to say I love you,
Mm-hmm.
or to say that I got you,
Those were the things.
he already know that. Like, I don't know. I want to say why you ain't stop, drop, and roll or something. I don't know. Like maybe that's what, maybe I would say that. I don't really know.
Right.
I don't know. Like that's what I'm like more pissed at him for. Like he ran a block and a half. Like my baby was out. He wasn't. He was like
I'm getting my mom.
Yeah. Like so, I'm like he was trying to get away.
Yeah.
Like his
Yeah.
plan was to get away, and I'm just like, damn. Like but I understand. Like
Yeah.
survival.
Yeah.
Maslow rules is that like you
Yeah.
are going to
Run away from it.
survive. Like you're going to
Yeah.
do whatever you think you can do to survive, and he felt like running. Like, and
Mhm.
I mean, I probably would have ran too. The fuck somebody shooting, but I'd be mad at him for that.
Yeah.
Cause he's so skinny. He was all
It's-
skinny. Yeah, like he ain't got enough weight to be bouncing stuff around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you forgiven yourself for what you couldn't have stopped?
I think my biggest struggle with myself is how I'm grieving. Cause I feel like I'm not doing it right. I think that I'm
It's not a right way.
no, but in my heart, I thought I was supposed to die
Thank you, Jesus, that you did.
immediately. Like you have children, you think if something happened to them, something happens to you. Like your heart beats with theirs, but it really doesn't. But in your head, you feel like I know that's how I always felt. I always like I know if something happened. Just that saying, if something happened to my kids, I know I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be in a crazy house. I'm gonna be like, and when none of that happened, I was like taken aback. Like
God is
Wanna,
real.
yeah, I don't want to cuss, but I
Basically.
like the fuck.
Yeah.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
really felt like, how am
Mm-hmm.
I sane?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know if I am sane, but I feel like I'm like, how am I?
Still going, still
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. My son name is Devin Spady. He was known by Cheese, so he was a up and coming Philly rapper. He had a group with his brother, Mac and Cheese. Um, Mac and Cheese. Very well known in the city and even outside of the city. So definitely up and coming. Where like his music and like just him in general, like people know him. You know, I get so much love or just like prayers from people I have no idea who they are, just saying like, oh, I know your son, he was a good guy, he was this, he was funny, he was, and I just be thankful for stuff like that. But no, I call him Devin, but everybody else calls him Cheese. The family mostly calls him Devin, but he's known as Cheese or Young Provy, like all kinds of names like that. But
Anything with cheese, huh?
yeah, he was 25 when he was murdered, July 20th, 2023. So we coming up on a year. We coming up on a year.
My son name is Ronald Wilford. It's been 3 years, October. Uh, Ron was the funniest, most serious.
Serious and funny.
Yes, if you knew him, you knew he was funny.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know him, he was so laid back, quiet, very observant.
Mm-hmm.
He was a protector till his death. One of the things that you said that your son was running, right? And one of the people that I had the opportunity to talk to said, your son was out.
My son.
My son.
Oh, your son. Okay.
He was running. He was like, he was trying to get
away.
He said, if it wasn't for a person who came out of the side block and shot that shot that hit him in his head, your son would have came home. So,
yeah, that is crazy. Like my son, he was outside and it was like a bunch of people outside. So 3 people actually got shot, but their wounds wasn't like fatal. Like I think it was one in the leg, one in the foot, something like that. Devin got shot in his back. But I can remember when we went to the hospital and the first thing, like that's what was being said, that 3 people got shot. And then it was like somebody didn't make it, and I was like, you gotta be fucking like, and I just was praying like, please God, don't let it be my kid. But all I kept saying, it's gonna be somebody's kid. Somebody's gonna lose their kid today. And I was like, please, like, and you feel bad to be like bargaining, like, cause you know somebody's not gonna leave out of this hospital. And I just was like, yo.
I knew it was my son.
When she confirmed it, I just was like, I just was like, for real, God. I was like, for real. I said, you took my boy? Like, all right, next question.
No, I don't. Have your son murderer been caught?
No. They recently got some small little leads, but at first it was nothing. And for his death to be kind of like considered what the police say high profile, like nobody was talking, nobody was like, they wasn't getting anything from the streets, from the jails, from the witnesses, like anything. So they recently did get a little bit of more leads, and hoping go somewhere, but no, the murderer wasn't. He wasn't caught yet.
What would you, for mothers that have lost children, what advice would you give them?
Me, oh, ooh, I don't know. I feel like the best thing I can probably say is go through it however you got to go through it. Like, clearly I don't know the right or wrong way. I don't even know if it is a right or wrong way, but whatever it is you have to do, then you do what it is. And just try to be as healthy with it as possible because you can get caught up in drinking or, some people do drugs. Thank God I ain't a drug addict, no, like that. But like just the place that you want to be because you feel like you're supposed to be in a dark place, don't get stuck there. You know, try your best to stay out of that darkness as much as possible. So whatever gives you light, whatever that may be, if it's the happy moments, if that's all you can do is just replay them as much as possible, try to go there just because the darkness will consume every bit of you. But the light is all that matters at the end of the day. So if you love your child and you know they love you, like, and there's no, I have no guilt. Like when I say absolutely none, like we always said we love each other. We always like he knew I always had his back. We was good. I mean I cussed him out all the time, but he didn't care, and I didn't even let him get in his feelings about it. Like you, if you feel some type of way, I don't care. I'm your mom. I can do that. Like, but like it's nothing about him being gone that makes me mad other than that he's just not here. Not like, oh, I wish I could have did. I wish that like I don't have that. Like because we
did that.
he was good. He was like our relationship was solid 100%. So I don't feel that in me at all. His love with me, his sisters, like everybody know don't play about us at all. At all. Like so I mean that would be the only thing I can think is just to say like do what you need to do and how you need to do it.
I feel the same way. I feel like grief is custom made.
Yeah.
You don't get a blueprint. You don't get a um
Test book.
yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get
Like you don't get
it's
the
your
pass. It
answer
ain't
is not
yeah.
my
Yeah.
answer. Like
Yeah.
this thing is built for the person. Um I would encourage them to get a prayer life. You know, whatever God it is you serve, if it brings lightness, if it brings light,
Peace.
peace, um, get closer to it. Um, and take expectations off of people because I truly feel like that is what makes most people stay in that place. They're waiting for something or somebody to come pull them out of a place that is only meant for them to crawl out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's it. Like,
I do have another question. I just thought about this. So, what I feel like I've been dealing with since Devin passed is like I don't even I know that it's genuine to with most people, but like I feel like now everybody look at me and like see me sad. Like I mean, or feel bad for me.
yes,
And I
yes,
hate like I
yes.
didn't even want to like in the beginning I didn't used to want to go out because I'm like, oh God,
Mm-hmm.
everybody gonna hug me and the hug is not gonna be the regular hug like, oh hey Toy,
Right.
I ain't see you. The hug gonna be like a
Big,
feel
oh,
like love
yes.
hug that you love.
Right. But
But
that,
you don't feel like crying like
yes.
because I came outside I'm trying to not be in that space and it's like how do you deal with like people looking at you and seeing, oh, she lost a son. Because now that's what you have. Like you have like this
Yes. Banner on your
thing
head
over
that
you
said,
that say,
yes. She said,
yeah, or
or
she
she
lost
lost somebody.
somebody and
Mm-hmm.
like and it's not the same as when you lose a parent or
Mm-mm.
anything. It's
Mm-mm.
you I feel like you only have that if
When
you
you
lost
lost
a
a child.
child. Because people lose their parents and aunts and uncles and cousins and it's be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss and
Because we're not
whatever.
supposed to lose our children.
Yeah.
And it do put you in a whole different category. And they just feel like they think they're doing something good,
Yeah.
you know.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate
Well,
the love that I feel
feel,
like you're
yeah, but
supposed that you're
if you
giving me,
see
but
me out and I'm laughing and joke, don't come give me one of them church hugs,
yeah,
because what I'm trying to suppress, you're gonna bring it to the
yeah,
forefront.
yeah.
And I got on Facebook and actually said I appreciate the love. I
Mm,
appreciate, but I'm trying to crawl out of this. So if you see me, hey Bert, what's up? Give me the same love you was giving me
yeah,
before this, or send me a text if you got my number. Send me some
yeah,
encouraging words. But if you see me out and I'm going to the dance floor, don't you come talking to me.
yeah.
I don't want to do
And they
that.
might not even talk about it, but just that hug is different. It's a hug that is like, oh God, I'd be like,
I know where the hug come from,
yeah. And
and now I
I
don't even
just,
feel like dancing.
yeah.
Like,
And I
no.
be appreciating it because, sometimes you haven't been able to run across everybody that knows what happened in your life.
Hmm.
So the first time they see you, it's just like, and I be like, fuck, I'm like, oh God. Like, I ain't about to be in here. I don't want to open up that
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
Like, if I came outside, I'm trying to,
Get back to my norm
yes.
or a norm. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find my place. Don't.
So I wondered, like, if that's something that because
Yeah, it was.
that's a thing that I'm like,
Yeah,
oh God,
I went
like,
to
you want to be like, hey y'all, like, you
I went
see?
to a reception, and I know the DJ is a good DJ. So I'm like,
You
yeah, this
gonna
first
party, have
time
a good
out,
time,
I
yeah.
got my good shoes on. I'm
I
be
can keep
able
my
to do
shoes on
this.
all
And I
day.
seen a whole bunch of childhood friends.
That'd be the worst.
They was, and you could see them coming up to you with the look in their eyes, and I was, hold up, yeah, I'm like
Back
the
in the
Matrix. No, I
day.
ain't here for that. And then one girl caught me coming out the bathroom.
Mm,
And she was like, I haven't seen you. And so I said, baby girl, I'm here to have a good time. Let's hit
let's
the
go
dance floor.
explore.
We ain't doing that tonight. But when I got in my car,
It came out. Everybody.
you know what I mean? Because I felt my son know I'm the life of the party.
Mm,
We gonna have a good time.
yeah, yeah,
Whether it's in Jesus or whether we gonna hit the dance, we gonna
yes.
have a good time. We gonna
Hmm.
laugh. And I want to continue to be that person,
Yeah,
but I am still going to make sure in your grief that you're going to be okay. I got to make
yeah.
sure that you're okay. I can't
Hmm.
change who I am, but I'm going to change the dynamic of this when I walk in a room. So,
That's my personality too. I'm like the person. I'm always laughing, joking, whatever.
yeah.
They think I'm a comedian. Like we
Yeah.
just be having a good time. But it's like you be it's so crazy how it's like a light switch. You can be partying, fun, and next thing you know, you like, am I crying?
Mhm.
And you like, I didn't want to cry. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
trying to cry. Like I was cool. And then it's just like, oh, just have some tears real quick. And I'm
Mhm.
like, come on now. Like it's
You feel
so
like you
crazy.
tripolar, right? Like you laughing,
Yeah.
crying, and like, yo, what's going? Yeah,
Tripolar,
you don't
yeah.
know what be going to. Like the thing hit you out of no. It could be a smell, it could be a look, it could be a stance on somebody. You see somebody walking around like. My son didn't have dreads. He didn't have none of that. But when he peeped out the door, he got on all black. My son always
Always
had all
wearing
black.
black.
Soon as he peeped out the door, I was like, yeah,
Oh
that's the
man.
room we going in. Like,
I have one more question I want you guys to answer for me, and then I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
okay, no problem.
So, what is the legacy that you are going to live in honor of your sons?
Uh, I'm my plan is I'm gonna keep his legacy alive. Like you're gonna remember him,
Hmm.
his music, his personality, his life. Like he has a son. Thank
Hmm.
God that I was blessed to have a grandchild, and he is the best. Like he is the sweetest, cutest,
Hmm.
craziest baby ever. But he was his father's pride and joy. Like the best thing that ever happened to him. So I plan on doing everything to keep my son legacy alive. Foundations, like I said, basketball tournament. I want to do a music showcase. Like I got so many things going on in my head. I don't really know how to start up most of it, but yeah, okay.
Hmm.
But that's the plan. Like it's definitely going to be like, oh yeah, y'all remember cheese? Oh yeah, we still remember cheese. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you forget him. So the question ain't
mm-mm.
even gonna be, do you remember?
You know what? His personality is not even nobody. Like,
Hmm.
and it's so crazy. Like the person that I look at him as and how I seen him, like he is so much like me. He is everybody's person the
Hmm.
same way I am like everybody's
Hmm.
person. And when I say just me seeing like how much his death has affected like just his friends, like family members, like so many people have a connection to Devin that was like, wow, I thought it was just
Mm-hmm.
like you make everybody feel that special. Like that you
I
really
thought it
like
was me.
exactly, and it's like you can't let somebody like that just disappear. Like he
Mm-hmm.
too important to us in this world to just be like, oh, all right, well, yeah, Devin died a couple years. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna forever be remembered, forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I plan to I'm actually getting ready to go to school to be a peer support specialist.
Oh, nice.
Um and he would always say like, "Mom, you help everybody."
Mm-hmm.
So in this, I feel like the enemy wanted me to lose my mind in it. So my his legacy is to make sure if you know me, if you know me, you know him, you won't lose your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's and to continue to smile because mom, yes, smile, continue to smile. So that's his legacy, and as long as I live, he'll live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to thank you ladies for coming. And I mean, honestly, your stories and who you are and the light that you shine is so me. And I am honored to be sitting in your presence
Thank you.
because it is very seldom that you meet moms like us that still has that light.
Yes.
And I swear I'm staying here and I'm like, I wanted to jump in so many times,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, I love it. And it's such a blessing to be in you guys' presence. And just you guys are amazing. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep shining that
I want to say thank you to you because
light.
I everybody like, what is you doing? I'm like, I don't know, like a podcast for, and they like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like I said, they reached out, and I mean, I did this. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate it. I do
Yeah.
appreciate like just being able to do this, like because some many people lose people and they don't do anything, and maybe they don't want to do anything. But just me being afforded these so many opportunities, like I definitely appreciate you and
Yes.
the
And being
resources and like
consistent,
yeah.
like outside of just trying to get this aired. You know, are you okay? You sure
Hmm.
you okay? You know?
Yeah.
I'm a mother that lost her
Yes,
son first.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Because if you're okay, then I'm okay.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, I want, my biggest thing is to share your story, but to make sure you're okay in sharing your
So,
story.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Because so many moms share their stories and afterwards they're in this bad place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want that to happen. And so I'm y'all thinking me, but I'm thinking y'all. And I'm so grateful because I mean, honestly, just to sit in this light that's as I am, it's
Mm-hmm.
just beautiful. And
Thank
so
you.
just keep that up. And it's so funny because your sons are just like I know Ja is up there too. Like he's proud. They're
Mm-hmm.
proud
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
for you guys to keep doing what you're doing and shining your light and keep smiling. So I'm honored and I am grateful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends, so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.